Good morning, everybody. It's Paul from Alexander Knife Sharpen and Laser Engraving. So what I wanted to show you today is a project that I'm working on. It's for a client. It's a 3-knife engraving. It's 2 military emblems on the knife and then some text, which is call signs. I believe they're all pilots. So this is the knife that they want to put it on, and they gave me 3 of these. Now, here's the interesting thing. So this is the logo of, I guess, their unit, and then I think this is their 10th Mountain Division guys. So we're going to do the 10th Mountain Division logo on one side, but keep in mind this is an all black knife. So you can see what I had to do is reverse the logo. So normally this would be burning black onto like a stainless knife, so it would be marking it that way. But here this is a black stone washed finish. See the stone wash? We're going to be removing the stone wash finish. Now, what was my concern is this logo. So the logo they sent me, it was very easy to reverse the 10th Mountain Division. I want to show you what it looked like. So this is what they sent me would have looked like this on black. That's why I did it on this black business card. And then I reversed it with software so that it would come out like this. So this is how it will engrave on an all black knife. All right. So sometimes when you get logos, you got to remember if it's going to be all black, if it's white on all black, you have to reverse the logo or you're going to get something that looks like this, which doesn't look very good. All right. So I flipped this around and inverted it with the software very easily in xTool Creative Space, and got this and then cleaned it up a bit, and I'm happy with that logo. Now, here was the issue is I believe this is their division patch, which is this cool like panda riding the back of a gator. But you can see that doesn't look very good. It looks weird because the panda, his black parts are white. But when I tried to reverse it, it didn't come out well. It's very detailed little engraving. Looking to have 3 knives laser engraved with our BN logo. I don't know what BN stands for. I was a Navy guy, and not in Army, so I don't know. But probably one of the Army guys out there could tell me what BN is. But I'm guessing this is the BN logo. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And once I hear back from them, I will share this engraving project with you. So this is one that I have going. Okay, so we got the 10th mountainside done. I did notice on the one knife, the acid etching looks a little different than these other 2, even though it's the same brand. This one's a little more stone washed, and these, I don't know if they were, this one might have been a little more used, or I don't know if someone stone washed it themselves. It's just, you can very much see, let me get it more in the same light. They're definitely different. These have a much more smooth stone wash finish on it. But the first burn came out good. I didn't want to go too deep with it, but the next one is the one that concerns me most. So here we go with part 2 of the engraving of this 3-knife set of these Army knives. So we have our text that we're putting on each one. That's the call sign. So this one is Ramrod 7. We have our logo that we're putting on here. I'll tell you all about this one. So this one I had to reverse, and I was having trouble with this particular logo. It wasn't fantastic, and sometimes it's best to outsource something to somebody else. And in the effort of saving myself a ton of time trying to figure out how to do something that I am not an expert at, I decided to just send this logo to be cleaned up and fixed to a place called Joy Designs. She did a just beautiful job. I'm going to click over here of reversing the image for me and just in general cleaning up the design. And you can't beat the price, guys. This logo correction and work cost me $9 and probably saved me 3 hours of trying to figure out how to do it myself. Worth every penny. And that's one of the things with laser engraving is just knowing, like, if there's something that's maybe not in your skill level, it might be worth just outsourcing it to somebody else, which is what I have done there with just this particular logo. Now the Ramrod 7, I found that the Army uses a basic stencil sketching for their letters, and I found one that looks really good there. You can see it kind of looks like the old MASH show letters. So that's what we're going to use for all these. And let's get started. So right now I'm going to do the logo part on here, and then I'm going to check and make sure it's centered and everything the way I want it for the rest of the engraving. Okay, so here we go. And for those out there who might be wondering what my settings are for this logo, I'm using 100% power, a DPI of 500, one pass. I'm using the fiber laser, and the dot duration is 100. A lot of different combinations here would probably work just fine, but this is what I decided to settle on. So I'm going to hit go to process, and then we're going to come up here and hit start. All right, now I'm going to come over here, and you'll see how quick this is. This entire engraving will not take very long at all. It's amazing how fast that fiber laser is. So there you go. You can see the engraving. Let me back that out a little bit so it's in focus. So I'll show you that in a second. I just want to show you what it would have looked like not reversed too. So this, if I hadn't reversed it, it would have looked like the image here on the left. And you can see that is completely not how we want that to look. And then I'll show you after sending it off to Joy Designs. You can see here's my test burns down here at the bottom. I found Jarvis looked the best, and you can see now it's correct. So right up top there on the middle, you can see that's incorrect, and then to the left and below, you can see those are how it should look. And that's what we got there, and I'm real happy with that. All right, so now we're going to go on to the text. So I'm coming back over here to xTool Creative Space. I'm going to click OK. I'm selecting that logo, and I'm now turning it off. I'm coming over here to my text, and now I'm going to hit framing. And what that's going to do, it's going to give me a little box. Okay, you can see it's kind of showing me where that's going to be, but that's going to need a little correcting. So it's not in the right spot. It's also showing me exactly the letters, but I don't need that right now. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to change this to just a rectangle, which is going to show me a rectangle of where that engraving will be. I'm going to hit framing again. Okay, so now you see I have a rectangle where that is. And I want to correct this, so I'm going to adjust this where I want it. And I want it on a nice even plane. Okay, can you guys see that? So I kind of moved it over, but I used the top line of that knife to line up where I want my text. Now for text, I'm using slightly different settings here. I am using 70 at 300 speed, 70 power, and it's doing 2 passes at 200 lines per inch. Now I'm going to go hit process. I'm hitting start. All right, now let's go over to laser. I'll give you a close-up view of this. And there it goes. It's doing the Ramrod 7. It should do 2 passes, so this is our first pass. And then I'll do one more pass. And that is done. And let me bring you inside there a little bit. And look how great that looks. All right, just wanted to share that with you guys. And now I'm just going to clean it off a bit and go on and do the other 2 knives.